Morning, everybody. We have been to the gym, finished. Yeah. We've done 4 weeks now. I'm really happy. We have a kind of 4-week plan, so we've done that and we'll just repeat it.
And on the way home from the gym, we just went to Woolworths to pick up some groceries. So we'll show you what we've got, but maybe we'll get changed and stuff first. That feels better after a shower, but then I just realised we had a lot of meat, so we probably should put that away. It's winter. We'll be right. What have we got here? Eggs. Some chicken necks, because I'm going to make some bone broth today. We've got some ham and some salami, just good for like Dan's work lunches or putting in an omelette or a snack, I guess. Some chicken tenderloins. We've got my mum and dad coming over this afternoon, so my dad's coming to watch the Sydney Swans AFL game with Dan, and my mum and I are doing an online course together, so we're going to work on that. And then afterwards we'll have dinner, so we're going to make our sesame crusted tenderloins. Bacon, just a staple. This is all the meat in this bag.
Here's all the meat in that bag.
We got some pork mince because we're going to have sanchoy bao for dinner one night, and some beef to make a curry. And this, what do we have in this other bag? Lettuce for our sanchoy bao. Some cherry tomatoes. So cherry tomatoes, cukes, cold meat, olives. That makes like a good lunch for Dan. We've got some blueberries. The blueberries and strawberries have been a really good price lately, and the strawberries are quite nice. So we've got some of those. Some avocados, which seem to be expensive and very small at the moment. Sesame seeds, which we'll blitz up to crumb the chicken. Some tuna, just good to have in the cupboard for lunches.
Again.
Yeah, or even like tuna patties or something. And we always get the one in spring water and just drain it off, because otherwise it tends to have vegetable oil. Pumpkin, this was cheap. It was like
85 cents or something, I think it was.
We'll have some roast pumpkin. And we got some coconut milk and coconut cream just for the pantry. And we normally use kind of naturalish type toothpaste. We like the Grant's one, which you get at Woolies, but I've never seen the Eco Store brand before. So we thought we would give that a go. And that is everything that we got. So we actually have a busy day planned today, even though we're at home. We just have a lot of stuff to get done. I want to make some ghee. I'm going to do that in the oven, which I think is a really easy way. I'm going to make some bone broth, and then I need to take photos of some things, like food photography.
Yeah, I've got a bit of have butter will travel kind of stuff to get done as well. We are also meeting our friend Terry in the US to do some games on Zoom.
Categories.
I found like this categories generator, and you can just share your screen, and it's really cool. So we're going to play that. And then, like Erika said, Erika's mum and dad are coming over. I did want to say thank you to everyone who made really lovely comments about Erika's dad. He now thinks he's a superstar.
He came over the other day and asked if we needed his autograph. So I'm interested to see how he's going to be with the camera this afternoon.
But he really got a bit out of the comments. So thank you for everyone who commented about that video, because it made his day.
It really did.
That was lovely.
Anyway, we've got some stuff to get done, and then we'll have breakfast a bit later maybe.
Yeah.
Also, guys, just for the record, it's 9:38, and that is Dan's
number 1.
First tea of the day. I mean, I don't know how she's going to get through 10 from here.
I calculated at work I had a work day. I had over 15.
No.
Yeah, it was. I think it was close to 18 if I remember correctly.
We need like a tea sponsor.
We do.
Twinings, hit us up. Guys, free to a good home. One very annoying brown cat. What are you doing, Scout? You're going to pull the picture down. Oh, bored of that now. Look at this little angel over here. Just basking in the sunlight with this other little angel.
So the thing with Scout and those pictures is that they're hung up on like picture rail hooks, and there's a kind of thin kind of, it's not it's thicker than fishing wire, but so see how it's on that. It's then
the rail goes the whole way.
The rail goes. We've got that in most of the house, and to hang it up, see, it's got that, and this is extremely tempting. I'm actually right now going to cut it shorter. I cut the other one shorter earlier.
She is obsessed with that fishing line that's up behind there, as you saw. So I have just roasted my chicken bones in the oven, and I'm going to pop them in the Instant Pot to make our broth. And then the other thing I'm doing is the oven ghee in the oven, which I found seemed to me easier than doing it on the stove. So I've just got 500 grams of butter in this saucepan. This works well because it has a oven safe kind of handle, so it's much easier to get it in and out and kind of pour it. But you could use kind of like a small, anything small oven proof probably with handles would be good. But I've dropped the oven down to 120 or about 125 I think it was, and then I'm going to pop this in for a bit over an hour, and it kind of just does its thing, and then you can strain it. So I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. That's better, Scouty. Jem hasn't moved.
And I'm still sunning myself here.
How's your jobs going?
Yeah, good. I've just finished doing one of the jobs, and now I've moved on to the next job. So just ticking off all the jobs.
The three of you.
I'm ready for breakfast, that's for sure.
Mind the photography setup. I've finished. I've finished 2 things, and I've started 2 more things. So we're getting there with our jobs. But I think we need something to eat, so I might make breakfast now. Probably just going to do some eggs and bacon. What time is it? 11. So I'll start getting breakfast now. You can probably hear the bacon sizzling away in the background, but I'm going to make my coffee. And yesterday I made my own nut milk. So it was like a combo: almonds, coconut, hemp seeds, macadamia. I just threw a bit of everything in. So this is what it looks like. It's my first time trying it. I also put a little bit of cinnamon in it. So I'm going to heat it up in my Nespresso frother. So nut milk doesn't normally froth, especially like the unsweetened one. So I'm not expecting it to froth, but I just like to heat it up in here anyway. And then I'll have it with my couple of shots of coffee out of there. So let's see what it tastes like. Okay. Oh, actually, froth's nicer than that other one. It's got a teeny bit of froth. But I've got my 2 shots in there, so I'll see if I can not ruin the top of it. Okay, let's see what it's going to taste like. Yum.
11:15, I've got to get my phone and turn my fasting app off.
Most important.
Oh, about to turn my fasting app off. 17 hours and 52 minutes. This looks delicious. I'm really excited about the caramelised onion.
I knew you would be. You can tell when left-handers set the table. Just move this around. That breakfast.
That was delicious.
Let me try this coffee.
You nervous?
Smells nice.
It's just coffee.
I can smell the cinnamon.
She puts a lot of weight in her coffee. I mean,
Well,
I
understand how important coffee
get a lot of crap about my tea, whereas you can like spend hours and hours trying to perfect your coffee, and that's.
I hardly put any macadamias in it, and it's very macadamia-y. I like it though.
Would you do it without the macadamias?
Yeah, I think I would probably leave them out. It's nice, and it's better than buying the ones from the shops because they have, you know, all the gums and everything in to stop them separating. And whereas that had separated, and I just gave it a bit of a shake, and it was fine. Thank you, Clara, who prompted me to make that again. I used to make it ages ago.
We should make our own. It's just a little bit labour intensive for the amount that you'd probably get out of it.
Yeah, but I just did a litre, so that'll last me, you know, 4 days or something.
True.
And then that's how long it lasts anyway. So you wouldn't want to make more than that at a time, I don't think. But you might wonder why I'm making nut milks when I used to just have a bit of cream in my coffee and live and love my life.
You still love life.
Guys, we haven't been eating dairy or sweeteners for nearly 2 weeks now, and we are feeling
really, really good. And we are kind of testing out our new kind of reset that we're going to be starting on the 1st of August.
Yes, so anyone who's like us struggled over basically this year, feels like now, but the last few months with all the stress and roller coasters, and we haven't been eating as well as we normally would, and we were feeling it. So yeah, we wanted to just have a reset, kind of get ourselves back on track, get a new baseline of what our low carb is. So if you're interested, we'll pop a link below where you can pop your email address in. Then as soon as we have all the info finalized, we'll send it to you. But there's going to be like lots of support and accountability with like live Q&As with us, to, you know, because we're going to be doing it with you as well. It's going to be 28 days, no dairy, no sweeteners. Don't let that put you off though. There's going to be heaps of delicious meal ideas, recipes. It's going to be good.
Erika's been working really hard at developing some recipes for this reset, including those caramelized onions that were just in that the scrambled eggs, and that was delicious. So, like Erika said, if you're interested, we will put a link below so you can register your interest. It will go up on the 25th of July. Ready to start on the 1st of August.
Yeah, so we're super excited, and we've just enjoyed like getting kind of rid of all the hunger and the sugar cravings and all of that sort of stuff.
We have felt really good, and I think it's been this removing the sweeteners has really meant the sweet cravings has gone almost away for me. And the other really good thing is we have been measuring our ketones, and they have been sitting between 1 and 2 since probably about the 3rd or 4th day in.
And we're not tracking carbs at all. That's the beauty of it. So clean and simple. It's simple as in you don't have to track anything. The recipes and meal ideas are all pretty easy and straightforward, nothing complicated. So, I mean, it's not easy because you are going to have to make some decisions and cut some things out for 28 days. But if we can do it, anybody can.
And there's a little bit more kind of prep in the kitchen probably, because there's no kind of quick
take away
grab. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more work, but it's 28 days. And I think it's going to be a really good focus.
Yes. And for anyone who's in Melbourne, perfect. You're timing. At home anyway. This is like awesome for you because you don't have to worry even about social outings and stuff like that. So yeah, we would love for everyone to join us. So register your email below so we can let you know as soon as all the info is finalised. So that's what we've been working on.
Yeah, and that's what we'll keep working on for the next couple of weeks to kind of get it out and ready to go for the week before the first, so that you can kind of prep everything and get everything organised in your own head around what's involved with it. But there's going to be a lot more information come out via email in the next couple of weeks.
Yes, and also our mystery box video just came out today, which was the one with the pork and mushroom meatballs, and I actually ended up making a recipe similar to that to go into the reset. So I thought that was pretty cool, inspired by the mystery box.
Very cool. So we should probably get back to doing some more work before we have our little games.
Our little categories date.
At 12. So yeah, we've got half an hour.
So I have just brought the ghee out of the oven. So I'm just there's just like a tiny bit of stuff on the top, but you can see underneath there is just basically like oil. And then there's a layer on the bottom which is like the milk solids. So I'm just going to let it, it's very, very, very hot. I'm just going to leave it to cool down for a while. I'm just going to scrape these kind of little bits off if I can. And then I'll just be able to pour the kind of oil part off into some jars. So I've just got, this is like a bit of cheesecloth that we got at like a kitchen supplies kind of store. I've just got that in a funnel and I'll put it into these couple of jars. If you don't have this, you could use like a clean kind of chucks cloth or something like that to strain it through. But I reckon that's so easy, so much easier than doing it on the stove. But we do have instructions on how to do it on the stove. If you're interested, I'll link that below. But also an oven technique.
So what we are able to do with the scattergrease, this is just, I just googled scattergrease and the very first thing that came up was this kind of scattergrease generator. And so I can choose how many categories we have. We've done just the default, which is 12. You can choose how long you want the time to be, which is 2 minutes is probably the shortest amount of time you want to do it for. And when I hit play, it'll give me the categories. So the idea is you have to then give a girl's name that starts with C, a farm animal that starts with C, so on and so forth. And there's more points that you can kind of use the C in your answer. So let's say it was a song or an artist and you said culture club, you would get 2 points for that because you used culture and club. So you've got to be a little bit creative to kind of bump your points up.
And also, if you have the same answer as somebody else, so say the girl's name is
Cheryl,
Christy or whatever, and someone else has it, then neither of you get a point.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to think not for the obvious one as well.
And it's a little bit more challenging the more people that you play with. We've kind of only played kind of one-on-one really, but in a big group, it's much harder because you've got to think outside the box a little bit, but it's fun.
Yeah, and so we're just doing it over Zoom and Dan just shares her screen and it works really well.
And it works perfectly.
So that was fun. I just had to wipe my eyes because I was crying with laughter while we were playing Scattergrease. But I've probably left my ghee a little bit too long because before it looked really like there was a clear oil on the top and the stuff was on the bottom, but we'll see how we go. So I'm just going to pour it in. Hopefully the solids will still just stay at the bottom, but it looks pretty good. Nice and clear.
It looks good what's going through.
So I probably just want to put it between 2 jars and we'll put one in the fridge for later and we'll just keep one out by our stove.
And we use it for cooking and stuff like that, don't we?
Yeah, so it's good for like high heat, like it won't burn like butter does. So cooking your eggs in it or anything that you would normally use oil. So you can see all the white stuff that's left in the bottom. So that's what we're kind of getting out of the butter, and we're just getting the pure oil. So I'm pretty happy with that. Probably if I hadn't have left it to cool so long, the bottom wouldn't have, it would have just stayed where it was, but I think it's come really good. Okay, so now I'm working on getting the chicken tenders made because I want to take new photos of them for the blog. So just in this little food processor that goes with our stick blender, I put in some sesame seeds and like whiz them up until they're kind of like a crumb. And then I'm just going to press that on the outside of the chicken tenders. It's honestly so easy, and I think it's a pretty good chicken tender like replacement. What do you think, Dan?
It always surprises people that there's no egg wash or like any of that. It literally does stick to it, and it is like a crumb.
And it's not
delicious.
super sesame tasty.
No,
either.
it's not. I really like them.
What are you up to?
Oh, I'm making a cauliflower couscous.
For dinner?
Yeah, kind of retesting a recipe that we had before because I'm just tweaking it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm just what do you call it? Roasting the almonds.
Yeah.
Toasting the almonds. Hey, that's not funny.
So in with the ground sesame seeds, I did put some salt and some garlic powder, but literally just taking the chicken tender, pushing it all over with the crumbs, and then just shake off any excess and you're good to go. So it's obviously not a thick coating, but it's enough to give it like it's got a little crumb.
And this recipe is on the website, so we'll pop a link in the description below as well.
But yeah, it's our go-to kind of crumbing option. Much easier than having to have, 3 separate, and a flour and an egg wash and crumbs.
And it's dairy free because some of the ones out there would use Parmesan cheese, like Parmesan cheese and pork rinds, or Parmesan cheese and almond meal.
Nut free as well. Yeah,
so it's just sesame seeds. Couldn't get any easier than that.
Well, I guess nut free, good for leftovers.
School lunch boxes
good
too.
For lunch boxes. Smells good in here. Okay, my chicken tenders are done. So I'm just going to let them cool a bit, and then I'm going to take some photos of them, and then we'll just reheat them probably in the oven when we have dinner. But while they were cooking, I was just working on a little photo shoot for some more pictures of the ghee. So that's kind of like the liquid one, and I put some in the freezer so that it's set. But this is my little setup here. Is working on that, and Dan is playing Animal Crossing with her friend in Melbourne.
She's 7.
We can't see you. So I'm just going to leave this ghee here. So don't, it's messy, I know, I need to give it a clean, but this just stays next to our stove. So we've got salt, pepper, fancy salt, and this is just like bacon fat that's left over from cooking. We just pour it into there and then use it as we need it. So the ghee, it's fine to keep at room temperature. Football time?
Football time. Go the Swans.
Doesn't look like Swans.
No, it doesn't start till 3:30. This is the end.
So how's the game? Swans win?
No, the Swans are terrible.
No.
Swans are no good.
That's disappointing.
Just like the
Swans are
Knights.
no good.
Swans, just like the Knights.
Knights are no good as well. Okay, I finally got my broth all strained away, so that's just cooling down to go in the fridge, and we are about to have dinner. My mum and dad didn't end up staying for dinner, but we've got the chicken tenders, some of our sweet potato salad, which is a new recipe.
Which is delicious. It's coming out soon.
That we're working on for the website, and a bit of salad, and this kind of dairy-free ranch dip kind of sauce that we'll put the tenders in. So it looks good.
Yeah, so that's been our day. Got a fair bit packed into it, actually.
Still very busy. I just want to sit down for a
Yeah.
while.
Put the TV on and relax, I think.
Yes. But thanks so much for spending the day with us. We'll see you next time.
See ya. Bye.